Right, hi everybody, and welcome to the third GM's Day Off. This time it will be my game. Woohoo! But I'll let GM take the reins now.
All right, good stuff. So, hello everyone. My name's Nick, and yep, today I'm going to be running Blaze's game Ishanekon World Shapers. This is the game I've played a lot. I was first introduced to it last year when we got to go on the absolutely brilliant Mass Effect adventure, and yeah, I've been hooked ever since. I'm really excited to be running, the game for the first time. But yeah, this is the first time I've run a game with the creator as a player, so this is going to be a really interesting experience, and yeah, hope to do you proud.
I'm really looking forward to this. Kind of to celebrate this opportunity, I've chosen the very first sub-archetype I ever designed for this game. So...
All right. Yeah, there have been some really cool characters described. Do we want to kind of go around and quickly introduce ourselves and then get straight into the action? I think we'll leave introducing our characters until we're into the game properly. How does that sound?
All right. Most of you will already know me, creator of Ishanekon World Shapers, known as Balze Reason, and I presume you also know Eternal GM, those who have been watching this channel.
Yeah, not normally a player, hence the an eternal GM part of it, but I'm here to help out.
Yeah. Gold?
Howdy, everyone. I'm Gold. You might have heard of me from my Pathfinder 2e archetype list I made. I've just kind of been playing a lot of tabletop RPGs, games in general, around the internet. So if you see me, feel free to say hello. I'd be happy to talk to you about games.
And of course, Nick. Oh. Great old Nick.
Yeah, good stuff. I've really enjoyed being on the channel, kind of cosplaying as different characters. But now I'm excited to take on the GM role. Like I said, really excited to give this a go. All right, are we ready to dive right in? Sorry,
why not?
Couldn't resist.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
All right. So, the premise for today's adventure is that we are going to be in the underwater kingdom of Neptunia. Okay, so this is, as well as my first time GMing Ishanekon World Shapers, it is also the first Ishanekon World Shapers, unless someone has secretly done this already. That's going to be an underwater adventure, so we're going to be putting the system to the test a little bit. So, yes.
I've been thinking, have I run an Ishanekon World Shapers campaign underwater? But I don't think so. I have played a game where I was right next to the ocean, but I don't think that counts.
This will probably be underwater. Uncharted territories for all of us. Okay, so we begin in the very capital of the Neptunia Kingdom. So, you will see, as the camera pans down, a wide city kind of surrounded by coral. You will see sort of skyscrapers reaching up. You'll see kind of kelp-bound suburbs around the outside. And in the middle, you will see a grand palace, a sort of sandy-coloured palace reaching up towards, you'd usually say the sky, towards the ocean surface. And you will see, if you look closer, that it kind of spreads out in sort of 8 different directions, 8 buttresses. This is because the royal family of Neptunia are a family of octopuses. You have all been summoned by royal decree by King Jethro himself. You will have received, your summons would have included the emblem of King Jethro, unmistakably the sort of the tentacle kind of coiled into a ring and a kind of thumbs up sort of thing. Because Jethro is very much a king of the people. This summons is very low on details. It includes all your names, and it tells you to arrive at the palace at this very time. You are to take the side entrance. You are to be dressed formally, but prepared to do some dirty work. And you are told to be punctual. And this has been underlined at this exact time on the minute.
All right.
So as we approach the minute, and the three of you make your way towards the side entrance of the palace, could you all, one by one, describe your characters?
I can go first.
Yeah, makes sense.
You see this younger man wearing what looks to be just his usual detective's attire. He doesn't have too many fancy clothes, so his detective's attire was the best he's got. As he approaches the side door, reading the book, he's like, "Man, I really should have done some research on this letter before I came here. This almost seems like a trap." Well, not into it then.
Right behind you is a huge muscular killer whale, really stretching the definition of a medium creature, wearing protective armor, and because they told him to come fancy, he has a thick golden chain from his old times, and he's carrying on his back just a huge anchor, almost as big as himself. And he just hears you mumbling and says, "Don't worry, boss. If it's a trap, they're going to regret it."
He's too
Go
busy in his notebook. He's too busy writing things down. He didn't hear you.
All right, Eternal.
So you will see this kind of sea turtle with this attempted put on tuxedo, but like it only got like it kind of diagonal on one side. It was properly on the shirt, so it's all like mismatched, but you can tell he has no clue.
Brilliant. All right, so we have our bunch of misfits approaching on their royal summons the palace side gates. So we have our sort of bookwormish sort of fish person. We have our big brawly killer whale, and we have our sea turtle, our dapper sea turtle professional, ready for whatever's about to come. As you approach, at first, nothing happens. The palace is still and silent, save for the hustle and bustle of the streets around you. Say that Yao you were called to is 8 a.m., however they tell the time down here. So at 8 a.m., suddenly, you see 6 crabs in royal garb scuttle out, encircle your group, and just basically kind of nudge you towards the door.
Well, okay.
Okay,
I guess we follow the direction. Tom Brick just look at them, smiles, but his showing his teeth almost seems more like an intimidation at first glance, even though he doesn't mean it that way.
Isaac isn't very strong, so he's just kind of getting pushed along by this.
I just lay a fin up on your anchor and just kind of get pulled along. Just looking around, like,
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're grappling you, but they're pretty insistently kind of going, okay, you're coming in here now. So yeah, unless you are resisting, they take you into this room with basically kind of royal chairs all around the outside. There's a kind of big, long sort of table along the middle. It looks like a lot of fancy dinners happen in this room, but at the moment things are pretty bare. The curtains are drawn, and there's just the light of a glowworm just kind of on the chandeliers. So the crabs usher you in. They shut the door behind you, and they just look around you and go, "Wait here! Don't touch anything." 4 of the crabs go off, and 2 of the crabs leave you. 2 of the crabs remain with you as the other crabs go and get something. Are you doing anything, or are you waiting? Are you waiting patiently?
Would Isaac know anything about these proceedings going on? This seems very pushy, to say the least. Would he know anything about it?
I'll tell you what. Make a, what should we call this? History check, do we think? I think this is about...
Yeah,
it's
history,
been about
culture,
royal protocol.
It's either history or street smarts. It's about culture or about official procedures.
Yeah.
So,
Can I make that with advantage because it's a knowledge check?
Yes.
I'm knowledgeable.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
he's a
knowledgeable.
researcher. He gets advantage on such rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Take that.
Natural 10.
Ooh! All right. Ooh, okay. So I'll immediately tell you that this is unusual, but not unheard of. As you know, King Jethro is very much the king of the people. He's all about breaking down barriers, of making the royal family kind of approachable to everyone, and he generally has a no closed doors policy, no secrets. However, in times of national emergency, there have been known to have things like this happen. So sort of hush whispers, so people moved along, and usually whatever transpires is revealed later. But yeah, this is quite unusual, and you get the vibe that something is not right with the kingdom for them to be acting like this.
Well, this bodes ill. I think they brought us here to do something.
Brick just looks around, see if there's any signs of an ambush or attack, just being vigilant.
It's like my character's, being a bit insane, taking the don't touch anything a little too literally, so I'm just kind of floating there.
Oh my goodness. Isaac just rolls his eyes. He's like, alright.
Okay, the 2 crab guards sort of keep looking at you with kind of beady, unblinking eyes. Yeah, between them, even if you move around the room, they're able to kind of use their eye stalks to kind of see where you are at all times. After a while, 2 more of the original 6 crab guards come in, and they kind of look to all of you, sort of put their claws behind their hands and go, presenting the royal family. You will endeavour to make sure that everything you hear tonight, today even, does not leave these rooms. These are unprecedented times, and your cooperation and dyslexia hits again. Your cooperation is valued. At that, the 2 other crab guards come in. They do, but it's with a sign at the end, so it's like, and you see next to each other the princesses of the kingdom, Princess Elisa and Princess Morgana. You will see, oh, lovely transition there. You will see that both of the princesses appear to be quite emotional, but whilst Elisa showing a brave face and is sort of keeping her colours. So octopuses change the patterning on their skin at will, and sort of depending on their mood. So you'll see that Elisa's colours are sort of quite sort of blue, unchanging, and she has a kind of stoic look about her. Elisa, however, is barely holding back tears, and you see a sort of red rippling kind of coming across her every time she kind of shudders from trying to hold back another lot of tears. And behind them is the Prince Regent Bertrand. He is quite a bit of a bigger figure. He's got a kind of orangey red look about him. You can kind of see that there's a sort of shimmer going across him, but he's by and large keeping a sense of decorum, and he's kind of wearing sort of his usual royal garb of sort of armlets around the midpoint of his tentacles, and sort of a liberal amount of jewelry. So the three of them enter the room in silence. The crab guards kind of close the door, and the three of them position themselves at the head of the table.
Is there a chair around?
There is not. This is a standing meeting.
All right, that's fine.
And yeah, I'd say from that role you did earlier, that although King Jethro is a kind of open king of the people, there still is a formality about bowing before royalty. It's not enforced, but it is appreciated.
Isaac will go ahead and do the bow then, just like
Same
Regent,
for
princesses.
yeah, same for Tom Brick. He also bows, and as he's leaning before, he whispers into the ear of his colleagues. Something happened to the king, didn't it?
Isaac just gives like a light nod. Same sort of mindset.
And at that, Bertrand will sort of extend a tentacle and go, please, we appreciate the formality, but we brought you here because there is an urgent matter that we must discuss, and frankly, formality can wait.
It's
He
about
sort
the
of,
king, isn't it?
do you say this out loud to him?
Yeah.
Yes, he shoots you a look. You see Elisa kind of, the tears she's holding back kind of burst forth a little bit, and Morgana kind of comforts her. And Bertrand goes, yes, you are quite right. There's no easy way to say this, but the king is dead.
Well, bugger it all.
Elisa,
Tom just instinctively flexes his muscle because he didn't expect it, like going in a defensive combat mode, because I guess that's how he handles emotions.
And I think at your little outburst there, Isaac, you're going to get a stern kind of claw to the back, not kind of like bludgeoning, but just very kind of disciplinary in a way. And you'll hear a sort of a crab with somehow kind of a bushy moustache and kind of bushy eyebrows. It seems like he's got kind of wigs on. He's very kind of austere, and he goes, "Show some respect. This is the king we're talking about."
I know. It's just I didn't expect it. Him to be dead. What happened?
Bertrand will continue speaking. Thank you, Clorf. It's quite all right. You see, these are emotional times for all of us, and we appreciate you coming here and sharing in our grief. But action must be taken. We have reason to believe that the king was murdered last night. Elise is kind of in fits at this stage, and all Organa's doing is essentially sort of comforting her while Bertrand continues to tell you the news. He was discovered by the servants this morning, and yes, it was soon after confirmed that he had passed. We have sealed the body away so as not to disturb the rest of the family, who, as you can tell, are still reeling from this traumatic event. But we have, other than that, kept the, to be frank, the scene of the crime intact. We have called you here. Yes, please.
If it isn't too much trouble, I would like to investigate the room.
Yes, of course. That would be a prudent place to start. Well, as our dear guards have told you, this is a matter of utmost discretion. We do not want anyone at all hearing about this until we understand the facts of the matter and have organised rules of succession and so forth. But please, we've been told that you are individuals who are very capable and individuals who can get things done without much trouble. Should your investigation take you outside the palace, must be, I can't stress this enough, must be conducted with the utmost secrecy. Do we have an understanding?
Aye.
Isaac nods. He's like, "All right. You have my sealed lips." Then.
Very good, and that goes for your colleagues as well.
Of course. Nobody gets to know it, and if somebody finds out anyway, we've got to make some ways to make sure that they don't talk.
Clorth, the head crab guard, will kind of nod approvingly at you, and Bertrand will go, well, yes, hopefully it won't come to that. We can deal with any fallout diplomatically, but let's just try and keep this hush hush, shall we? Well then, you requested to see the bedroom. Is there anything else you would like to know before we show you to the king's quarters?
Could I make a street smart check to find out potential enemies of the king that might be behind it, if I got enough with my feelers in the underworld or something, or know about how the climate of the city, if I can figure out potential suspects?
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah, street smarts roll sounds appropriate.
I may not be smart, but I rolled a 3. That's a 7. Okay, could be better.
Yeah,
not the worst. 7's okay.
Yeah. So you'll know that King Jethro is generally quite popular with the people, but he has kind of ruffled the scales of a lot of the wealthier in the Kingdom of Neptunia. He's been a lot more inclusive of people out of creatures outside the realms, and has done a lot to sort of help the poorer communities, and that's directed funnels away from the richer. But yeah, with a 7, you're not aware of any particular names, just general murmurings.
Better luck next time.
Isaac will just try and speak up in a quiet voice. He's like, "Do you have any autopsy on the body?"
Elisa just absolutely wails at that, and I think at that point Morgana is going to take her out of the room, and Bertrand is going to wait until the doors are shut again before answering. Uh,
I know it's not
Well-
very subtle, but
no, we've not done anything detailed with the body, but we do believe that we understand the cause of death.
and that would be.
That would be death by blood loss. There were signs of struggle, and there was signs that the king was cut by some sort of blade, and the mixture of, I mean, you're the experts here, but the mixture of blood and ink suggests that he bled out, and we weren't able to reach him in time.
Mm,
How about we
That
take a look
is-
at that room?
I agree.
Yes.
Isaac just quickly
Yes.
opens his notebook and notes everything down and closes it. And he's like, "All right, let's have a look at this room, shall we?"
All right, so you are led out the room with the escort of the Royal Crab Guards and Bertrand showing the way. As you walk around, as you swim around, you hear murmurings. There are some faces about strange people being brought in from the streets at this time. But you proceed to the room, and Bertrand goes, "Well, here we are. It's not a very pleasant scene, but there's no point delaying this further." And he is going to open the doors, and I will say that without having to roll for anything, you can see that there is indeed a lot of kind of dark fluids around the room, sort of ink, sort of dark bluish blood. And you will see that there are definite signs of struggle, sort of upturned furniture, and a window that's been kind of smashed open.
Okay.
I'd like to look for a journal of some kind. See if
Hey.
maybe there's some hints we can get from that.
Okay, great. I think that will be a perception roll, please.
All right. Sorry if it kicks me out of the video to check the profile.
All right.
If it kicks you out, I can. But you can still hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. That's more important.
All right. You said it was a what type roll?
Perception.
A perception, so D10 plus your perception skill.
Okay. Got a 2 in total.
2 in total. Yeah, you don't see a journal lying around, and you conclude that therefore the king didn't keep a journal.
I just want to have like a general scope around a room, see if there's
Okay.
anything else of note.
Okay, great. Yeah, make me another perception roll then, please.
Would analysis be appropriate? can do-
Yeah, go on then.
I can do either. 12.
12. Was that for analysis or perception?
Analysis. Perception would
Okay.
be 11.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so you're already kind of detective mode, kind of figuring things out. So yeah, you notice that the splatter of the ink is all on the wall, or mostly on the wall that's away from the window. So you
That's
can
just
deduce from
ink?
that.
It's
Yeah,
just ink?
that's right. Yeah. You notice that although they kind of conglomerate in the middle, that most of the ink is on the far wall away from the window, and most of the blood is kind of around the middle of the room, the bed, and there's even some sort of on the kind of windows as well.
I would like to specifically look for hidden doors or hidden traps or anything. Okay, traps is probably not, but like if there's like a loose floorboard or something, just checking walls and of course stealing, since we can swim up also.
Yep. So as this is underwater, you're not limited to the floor. You can sort of go wherever you want in the 3D space. Okay, I think that would be a perception roll.
Yep, makes sense. I was hoping that. Oh, well, oh crap! What was it? I have to check. 7 + 3, 10.
Okay. Oh yeah, very good. Okay, so move. Going around, you notice quite a few things before you even kind of get to looking at sort of the floorboards themselves. You notice that there's a fair bit of debris. You notice small bits of coral around the edges. You notice sort of gashes and cuts in some of the floorboards, and you also notice that there are a couple of bits of jewelry as well. And with a 10, you kind of notice that the two bits of jewelry form together. It's sort of a red tentacle and a blue tentacle, and they kind of latch together like that. You do notice a hiding space and sort of just the side of the bed, but you notice that is empty.
So I put the locks together carefully.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you think this could be, boss? And I show it.
I'm gonna have a look at it and see if I can't knowledge something out of this symbol. I'll look my way for this symbol.
Knowledge.
Give me some knowledge.
History seems appropriate here.
Yeah, history, I'd say.
With advantage, because...
Mhm.
13.
13. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you know exactly what these are. These are the signet rings of princesses Elisa and Morgana. They were custom made for them, as is tradition, for the basically children of the royal house to have kind of jewelry that celebrates their bonds. The blue one that belongs to Morgana has an extra signet on it to denote that she's the next in line to inherit the throne after the passing of the current king.
Okay. So I want to go ahead and quickly. Just seeing that, it's like that doesn't tell me a whole lot. I want to go over to the side of the room with all of the ink on the wall. Is there like a desk or anything around there that I could ruffle around in?
There is a desk. You'll notice that the desk has been absolutely coated in ink. There used to be a kind of vanity there, but that's still completely coated as well.
Yeah, I want to ruffle around for anything of note. Books,
Okay.
journals, maybe notes.
Okay. Yeah, so I think analysis or perception. I'm just seeing if there's something for kind of removing stuff, but I think one of those two would be fine.
Before I make this roll,
Mhm.
he just really focuses into this. I'm gonna use Blessed Skill.
Okay.
So I've got +2 to skill checks for 10 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
So basically, for as long as we're in this room, I think. Seems
Amazing.
appropriate.
Yeah,
He's gonna
agreed.
Really focus. 12.
Just doing the thing.
12. Okay. All right. Really strong start. Okay, so you uncover the desk. You're able to. Okay, so I'll say with that you're able to sort of remove some of the ink. You can kind of see that nestled underneath the vanity there is actually a weapon. It's a dagger. well, it's a dagger for the giant Pacific octopus that King Jethro and his brother Bertrand are, but it's probably more sort of sword-sized for you, and it is kind of nestled underneath in the wall. It has some of the blue blood on it, and it also has a sort of coral shaped handle. In fact, more than coral shaped, it does appear that the handle is made of coral itself. And you got a 12 yeah, I'd say you can tell that this isn't genuine coral, but rather counterfeit coral, and you know of some locations in town that sell that.
Okay.
Good news, lads. I found a murder weapon.
Can I take a look at it and see, with my old criminal contacts, if I maybe know who specifically might have sold this?
Sounds great, and sounds like you're angling for a street smarts check,
Yes.
which I would totally allow.
That's like the only. Okay, I also have a decent perception check, but like street smarts is my main thing for in the thinking department. Yeah. So that's 11.
Okay. Oh, amazing. Okay, so you know that there is indeed a lucrative black market for fake coral that is that you can find in the Thalys district of town. So you know that there are a bunch of street urchins who are usually the people on the street who are selling this, mostly selling it to tourists. But you do also know that there have been some kind of assassins and just general criminal folks who do use coral as kind of to make elaborate weapons. It's kind of the equivalent, I guess, of also gangsters who kind of have like sort of particular paint marks on their guns, that sort of thing.
Maybe it was sold in the Thalys district. I might know a guy who could give us more information. We could go there after we're done here.
That sounds perfect. Let's keep looking around, but we found a murder weapon at least. He's gonna go ahead and quickly just keep the murder weapon in his back pocket, just in case. Just in case, because he's gonna need to potentially show it so he can get some more info.
Then, I guess I'll take a look out of the window to see if there's anything suspicious outside.
Yeah, sure. So I think this would be a perception check.
Yep. Natural 10.
Natural 10.
12, 13, I think in total. Yeah, 13.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you can see that. Basically, you see going towards it. There's almost a kind of smear effect on the blue blood there, almost as if body was kind of dragged, and the window kind of goes out onto a sort of balcony. The balcony appears to be smashed, and with a 13, I'll say that you can see a sort of a light trail, a light kind of bluish hue, kind of in the sea, and a little bit on the sea floor as well.
I'll swim there to take a look.
Okay, cool. All right. So as you go, you hear a few the sound of a few underwater rifles being cocked, and you hear
whoa.
Bertrand, stand down. They're on official royal business, and you are allowed to pass.
Tom just first he lifts his fin, and then when they come down, we're cool. All right, we're cool. All right,
yeah.
All right, good. Yeah. And he continues swimming down.
The crabs lower their rifles, but they're cool as in they're not going to shoot you, but they are glaring at you like, what on earth is this?
I have a question, actually, Nick.
Yeah.
Was the balcony collapsed?
It wasn't collapsed, but the kind of handrail has been basically smashed back.
So the handrail was basically destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll allow you to continue on that roll because that was a really good roll. You see that there is a trail kind of leading away into the streets, and it kind of goes off the main kind of royal thoroughfare and starts to kind of go off into the kind of the residential district. But you can see that eventually the trail of blood sort of stops. You can also see up until that a little further on that there's a bit of a groove in the sand at the bottom of the sea, but that too trails off after a bit as well.
So, like some sort of groove? Like something we could use to identify footprints or whatever the heck we would call footprints in this sort of situation?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, with a 13, it to the untrained eye, it appears like just something has been just. It's almost like a large snake has kind of slithered along. But if you look closer, you can kind of see that there's a mass. There's kind of some sort of shape that has sort of come off either side, and you notice that there are every now and again sort of 8 pressure points sort of pressing down at certain bits. It's quite shallow. You wouldn't really see it unless you're looking at it, but yeah, you're definitely kind of looking for that level of detail with a 12.
Okay. Right. So the slithering shape has 8 pressure points, you say?
Yeah, that's right. So kind of like smallish kind of holes, like something was being kind of pushed down into the sand.
So it looks like presumably would it be reasonable to assume the king was pushed down here and this was where he was found, presumably?
It would, although he was moved. He was then moved, and it's unclear kind of what happened after that.
Okay. That's about what I expected.
Cool.
Right. So, as far as I can tell from what we've got so far, we basically got one primary lead, which is the murder weapon.
What was
I
the
can't
blue
remember.
thing I saw earlier, by the way, again?
So that was the blood trail.
Ah, the blood trail, okay.
Yeah.
I would like to examine that empty hiding space and decide the bed real quick, though, before we leave here.
Good point.
Okay.
Check on the phone knife. I want to
Okay.
examine that a little more closely.
Okay. I think to gain more than you've already seen, we're going to need an analysis roll, which, yeah, sounds like that works out pretty well for you.
And I still have the +2 from Blessed Skill.
Yes, you do.
11. Yeah, that might be a bit difficult.
Okay. So.
I gotta run the restroom real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, sure. So. There is nothing there, and there's no further kind of high-hold past that, but you do see some sort of ink marks. So they appear to be in the shape of kind of suction cups. So there's sort of small kind of round ink marks. There's not many of them, but they stop. There's a space where they stop that's kind of book-sized. So you could deduce that that some tentacle having individual has, with ink on their tentacles, has taken away a book that was in there.
Bugger. Whoever this was good. They took away the book too. There's a book here. Whoever they were was good. They clearly didn't want us to find out.
Should I try to get one of my contacts?
Yes, if you could.
Yeah, and I think at this stage also, Bertrand is going to sort of come in and say, "Well, have we found anything conclusive?"
Not yet, but good news is I do have a lead. He pulls out the coral knife that he found. He's like, I think this is what murdered him. So, and good news is I know where to potentially find some people who know more about this knife.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Is there anything else you found out in here? Anything at all we have to go on is utterly valuable right now.
Well, I believe he points at the sea turtle and is like, they found a couple signet rings that celebrates the bonds between the two princesses.
All right, you will. Sorry, Blaze, you wanna?
I was like, boss, I was the one who found that.
Oh, right.
Not that we do not appreciate Jonathan, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, I can't remember people.
Sorry,
people are
sorry.
hard.
I read the Shia. Oh, Gorath. Shia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
People are hard.
Read the wrong name.
People are hard.
No, I had actually had to spend a moment to go over there and actually see what it is my character has good bonuses in, because I'd completely forgotten.
I mean, you know about magic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but on supernatural stuff, I have great intuition. I am nimble. I am stealthy, but not very inquisitive.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a higher luck value, so you can also just say, "Do I stumble upon anything?"
Just
I have narrow momentum.
Just with luck, you could just randomly choose someone, and there's a higher chance that you'll just randomly pick the killer.
That's a fair point.
Isaac's not about that life.
All right. So upon seeing the signet rings, Bertrand is going to. His eyes kind of widen, and he goes, "Goodness, that belongs to the princesses. You don't think? Surely not. Surely not."
I'm not sure yet, but I don't think so.
Better don't tell them anything. Let's keep this down until we've got more evidence and a better picture of what happened, alright?
Yeah. This could have just been a mess from the chaos that happened in the room for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we should loosen up for now.
Or someone trying to frame them, right? But just in
Possibly.
case, don't tell them, so they don't try to hide anything.
Yes. Well, as you know, you keep your discretion on what you find, and we shall do the same. Until we know the full facts, this won't go between us. Well, then, you said you had a further lead.
Yes. My associate over there can as someone who sells coral, we're gonna look into it and see if they've sold the exact coral this knife is made out of.
I mean, technically, I have to succeed on the street smarts check first, but but yeah, I should know one, right? I did take the old connections talent.
Yeah.
It should be fine.
So should I make that street smart check to see if I can find
Yeah, I think it's time.
him? All right. Come on, give me something. 7 plus 4, 11. That should be good enough, right?
11. Yeah, absolutely. So, you managed to get in touch with. Do you want to name an old connection, or do you want me to just improv something?
I didn't write down any names. You can improv something.
Okay.
Otherwise, I guess I could also improv something if you prefer.
Yeah, sure. I've got something. How are you getting in touch? We've not kind of established if there's like
I know where he
mobile phones or
lives.
anything down here.
I know
You know
where
it.
he lives,
Okay,
where
so-
he usually sells his stuff, and
Okay, so you know that Barracuda Babs runs a stall of these, and she has street urchins who are kind of the people who are out actually selling these things, but she's the one who kind of who sort of tracks them and delivers them and basically manages the whole outfit. And yet you know that she is in the Thalys district, and that she can be found at her old hideout on Saline Street, just off Blowhole Boulevard.
Saline Street, Blowhole Boulevard. All right. So how about we visit Barracuda Babs and see if she knows anything.
That sounds like a good plan. Then we'll be off then.
I hope she doesn't try anything fishy.
Wait. Of course, you go with my blessing. Let us know if the moment you find out anything conclusive.
I'll give you a call. Isaac just walks out of the room. And
Yeah, we follow him, right?
yeah. Presumably we go out the
I-
same side gate or
Yeah,
wherever
yeah.
the heck they let us out.
Yeah,
It's
you're
our
led
GM?
exactly through the same area.
HRGM wanted to say something.
Oh, I was gonna say that I kind of did the whole like just hovering there until and realized like, oh, and everyone left, so
Yeah, I think probably after a while, one of the crab guards will have just kind of given you a nudge and go, "Come on, let's go." Yeah, and you're led through exactly the same way. They clearly don't want you to see any more of the palace than can be helped. Yeah, so you're led back out. The doors are promptly closed behind you, and you are out on the streets now. So, are you heading over to Babs's hideout?
Yes. I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me do the
great.
talking, boss. They don't respect thinner people. Let's just say that. Yeah, no meat on your bone.
Isaac just rolls his eyes and is like, okay.
All right. So yeah, you go along your old haunting grounds. Yeah. What would you say is your relationship with people there? How did you leave things? Were you you leave on good terms, or is there a kind of sense of, oh, he's gone soft, he's with the law now?
I think that
Yeah,
I think-
Isaac isn't technically with the law. He's just very good at his job.
Yeah, but I'm the ex-gangster here, right? So I say that it's not like we are straight up hostile, but more like, yeah, he gone soft. He's with the law. I like that one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So as you head into the Thalys district, you will notice that sort of things are getting a bit darker. Sort of mostly because of the kind of the overwhelming amounts of sort of kelp from the sides. There's been a big initiative to try and sort of clean up the streets, clean up the kelp, but you find in this area, so people quite like the kelp. They quite like having sort of shadows to duck in, and they quite like having that degree of privacy from the law that affords.
Oh,
Okay.
it's Final Fantasy VII's pizza layers.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes,
Okay.
you've gone under the pizza.
Got under the pizza. All right.
Under the pizza. Under the pizza. You're making me hungry.
Going under the kelp covers always makes me a little nervous. Better watch our steps around here.
Just gotta show who is the boss.
Yeah.
And you see him take the lead. And just anybody who looks at him, he just looks at the back. Shown
Or
the
make
the-
a please. Can you make a menace roll, please? See how that goes.
All right, menace.
I mean, you're beefy. You got it. You got this.
No, natural one.
Oh,
Reroll hats.
Uh,
Come on, man.
I guess. Come on, they cannot know that I've gotten soft. I use 3 narrative momentum to reroll that.
no! Okay.
You haven't got soft.
Okay. 6
These
Okay,
are
that's
all
better.
happen.
for a total of 10. Much better.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yes. So you get a few mean looks from a few sort of eels and lobsters around, and yeah, your kind of demeanor is enough to kind of make them go, okay, I'm not gonna mess, but I've got my eye on you.
Fair enough.
Be careful with the lobsters. They're some mean mother hubbers.
Isaac just kind of keeps his detective's hood up and just keeps going on by. He doesn't want to be here any longer than he has to.
All right, as you approach Barracuda Babs, you do notice some of these very you in fact see some coral vendors kind of around, and surely enough they are all run by sea urchins. So street urchins, sea urchins I put in the character sheet. They're all kind of bouncing around going, hey, get your coral here, genuine coral for all your needs. And
Do I recognize one of them?
make me a streetwise street smarts check.
9.
9.
Good.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, you recognize little Billy, and I think with a 9 you'll recognize him before he recognizes you.
The funny thing is, I wrote down a name so I could just throw a random name out.
Cool.
And it's Billy.
Yes.
Perfect.
So I see Billy and say, "Hello, old Billy. How have you been doing? Selling shady stuff as always." Just
Hey, Tommy! Look who's back. Oh well.
Hmm.
You know, Thalas pride. You got to do what you got to do.
yeah, I know it can be rough. How's the kids doing?
Oh, they're all good. I'm showing them the ropes. I'm showing them how to make the coral look extra pretty, like ruffle it in the sand, do some juggling. Yeah.
Is there some smaller sea urchins nearby doing it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Isaac just smiled seeing that and is like, okay, that's kind of charming.
So, we kind of need to talk to Barracuda Babs. If you can arrange a meeting, and I just throw him 10 credits.
Normally, Billy well. Normally, he would absolutely hoover that up, but he looks nervously about it and says, "Oh well, Babs, she doesn't want to be disturbed, you see, and especially you can see he's really nervous about this, especially if it's by the law. No offense, I know you're cool, but rules are rules."
Billy. I just put one of my fins on him.
Not
Carefully.
too hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful. You know me, right? And I just take out my anchor and put it right next to him on the ground.
That is
That I don't like to be disappointed. How about a bit more, and I give another 10 credits, and we forget about what you just said.
Okay, let's see. I
Isaac
think this is
just
going to be
He's not involved in this.
This is probably going to be a menace roll, even though there's money involved.
I mean, I'm a nice guy, aren't I? That's 12.
Great. Yeah, you only had to beat 5 because you're massive and he's tiny. Um,
And you gave him money.
No.
yeah, and you get money. I'll see what I can do for old time's sake. And
Thank
yeah,
you, Billy.
see. Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm now imagining him with a flat cap. That wasn't originally part of his whole look, but yeah, he's got a little flat cap, and he kind of he rings it when he's nervous, and now he's kind of like, okay, showtime. Puts on his head, sort of goes around the corner. You hear some sort of hushed voices, and then you hear a wallop, and
I like his hat. I like his hat. Isaac just takes a look at his own hat and is like, mine could be better. He just writes it down in his notebook and just puts it away for later.
priorities.
Isaac has hobbies.
So yeah, you hear hushed voices, and then what? And then basically Billy just smashes through the window of this house. You can see his hat's being kind of impaled on his spikes now, and so he's kind of shuddering in the corner, and you see the familiar gnarly face of Barracuda Babs looking through the window, and it's like, well, looks like he was telling the truth after all. Tommy, how the mighty have fallen.
Hey, Babs, you old hag, how you been doing?
Oh, better before seeing you. What are you doing down here? And you got bigger fish to fry?
Don't worry, we're not after you, but we are after some information. We've come across possibly some of your wares, and we want to know who you sold it to. And he points towards Isaac.
Isaac will pull out the weapon, which he has cleaned, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be seen with like an incredibly bloody weapon.
Yep.
He just holds out the coral knife and is like, and just points at it, at the coral handle. Well, coral, as it were, quote unquote.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Any of you feel free to try and read Babs's expression.
Does
I could do
intuition
it.
work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're probably better at it than me.
Mm-hmm.
I got 9 in total.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. With a 9, you can see that she knows something. There's a kind of sense of recognition and interest that there wasn't there before.
So,
That's a pretty interesting item you've got there. Why
That's
don't
pretty
you
good.
why don't you come in and tell me a little more about it? And yeah, you hear a few kind of unbolting, and the door opens.
mhm.
Oh,
Let's
cool. And
go
yeah.
in, alright. I pick
I'll
up,
be
of
right
course,
back.
my
I think
anchor
I just-
again.
Gotta go quickly do something. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. And yeah, while you're doing that, I'll also say that she shouts out, "Billy, get that bloody window fixed!" And poor Billy is hard at work fixing the window that he just got thrown through.
Poor Billy.
Yeah.
As he's doing that, I just throw him another 5 credits because I feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah. He kind of bows and tries to doff his hat, but then remembers it's stuck, and I'm imagining he's kind of just like using needles as kind of like arms and limbs and stuff. But yeah, he appreciates it. Yeah, should we wait a moment for gold before?
I mean, he is the main detective, so maybe he should be
Yeah.
hearing the information.
Yeah.
Plus, I might be slightly distracted and, need to check that everything's going right in the background.
Sure.
Yeah.
On the way up there, can I use supernatural to check if there's anyone that seems to have knowledge or skill in magic? to see if I can kinda get away with stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for that.
I'm back.
He's back.
That was a nat 10.
Nice.
Nat 10.
Plus 4 in Supernatural.
Okay, so none of the urchins outside have any magic capabilities. You can tell that in one of Babs's eyes, the one that's kind of obviously fake, there's a bit of latent magic in there. But you can also tell it's quite faint. It's not like she's. You get the impression that she's not a natural magic user. She just has a kind of magic artifact.
Like a magic eye, as it were.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So mechanically, only if you roll particularly low will you get noticed.
Okay.
All right.
So, are there any other people in the room? Like, in case we've got.
Blaze,
Yeah.
to your character, I kind of come up real close to you, like swim right up next to your ears. I'm like, hey, if things go intense, you're gonna try and intimidate them, and I'm gonna use that fear trick I've got.
Got it. Okay. So, how many other people are in the room?
So it's just you and Babs.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
So, what do you know about this blade?
You first. Where'd you find this?
Oh,
Bit of a rare item.
God.
Babs.
Oh.
You know me. I would need to break every bone in your body if I tell you this. So don't try to get any information out of me.
Okay, give me a menace roll.
I'm gonna make him. I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of try and stand up a bit to make his menace roll seem a little better. I'm gonna blessed skill him for
Alright.
+1. Let's do +1.
That's 4 + 4 + 5, 9.
9. Okay. All right. Babs sort of holds her her stern face, but yeah, kind of doesn't really press the point. Just like, you know what? Fair enough. We're all friends here. Let's show our cards, why don't we?
Yeah. We
See
are
this? Yeah. See this here blade? We don't do these handles for just anyone. You know, we give punters on the streets. You know, we give them the Rubik's cubes. We give them the snow globes made of this stuff. But these blades, there's only one shipment that we've done recently, and no, frankly, I don't see how you get hold of it unless you're in the vicinity of the Coriolis Club.
Do we know what that is?
Street smart.
Sorry, I just
This
phrasing.
seems outside of my knowledge, the Coriolis Club. Probably. Unless it's like historical in any way.
It's
I'll use narrative momentum again to reroll that.
no.
Natural 1.
Come
You
on.
do get a +1.
Natural 10!
Oh
And
yeah.
you do get a +1 from
15.
blessed skill.
The thing with natural 1 is it's an auto failure if I don't have a 5 in the skill. So it doesn't matter how many bonuses you give me. Natural 1 is natural 1.
Yeah, but natural 10 though.
Yeah.
Natural
That's
10 will
pretty
do it.
good.
Yeah, you know the Coriolis Club. You know many of the dive bars around here. And yeah, the Coriolis Club is an area where if you want to find a person, like, you know, when they say, you know, talk to my tractor guy, talk to my machine gun guy. If you want to find a guy, you go to the Coriolis Club, and it's kind of like there's a front of house where it's all kind of you know, dancers and sort of fancy drinks and stuff like that, and then there's the back place where lots of dodgy dealings go on. Yeah, and you'd say it's kind of one of the biggest unofficial criminal hubs in the district.
Great. Okay. That is going to be a time. All right.
Quite a dangerous people you're selling stuff to, Babs. Who exactly
well,
did
you
you
know-
sell it to?
Yeah, she kind of makes that sound through her teeth and goes, "Look, you and I both know that you could take me in a fight any day. But if word gets out that I'm revealing who my clients are, there'll be hell to pay, and it won't just be with me. Are we clear?"
Crystal clear. I will not tell any soul, and neither will any of my colleagues. And if they try, I'll kill them myself. And let
Isaac
make
just
it.
nods like rapidly, just like multiple times. He's like, "Oh yeah, got it." Message is clear.
You
She
don't-
kind of, yeah. So she eyes you all up as she, ensures to get a sense of kind of whether she can count on your silence, and then eventually goes, "All right. You see, contract killer working out of the Coriolis Club. You might have heard him or seen the posters or those trashy novels they're making. It was Hugo Armand.
what do you know about him?
Street smarts.
Did you
Please
get
don't.
+1?
10.
10. Okay, yeah. You know Hugo Armand is a kind of legendary octopus assassin. So, in fact, you Blaze may remember him from the Ishanekon arena when he was kind of diving around with his blades and his
It's
grappling
him?
hooks.
Oh,
no!
Oh, as well, yeah.
No.
Oh, we're screwed. We're screwed. We're up against a protagonist. Oh no.
Yeah, so he is a legendary assassin, and now that you think about it, he is known for sort of using elaborate weaponry, almost as if it's kind of like a game to him. So it's like, okay, this time I'm gonna kill a target with my bare tentacles. This time I'm gonna strangle them with a bunch of algae, and this time I'm gonna use a
coral knife.
Yeah. And so you can deduce that perhaps his latest thing is using coral knives.
Okay, so Tom for a second has a bit of fear in his face, but then he shakes it off to not let anybody know. So, all right, thanks for the info, Babs. Don't worry, not gonna tell anyone. Have a good day.
Sure you don't. All right, don't let me see you around here again. And as you leave, I think, bound to the character, she's gonna slap your ass with her tail.
Oh damn it.
He just stops for a second, flexes his muscles in the air, but it's not worth it, and just continues going out.
Isaac will just follow behind and just looks at him and is like, all good?
Okay, this might be a bit more dangerous than I thought it would be, but try. Who feels lucky? Let's try to find the legendary assassin, shall we?
Oh boy. How much would Isaac know of Hugo? I mean, he's a bookworm. He probably knows some stuff.
Yeah.
He read novels.
This might be a history check. Or
Yeah,
is this something
history
that...
fits.
Yeah.
With advantage because it's knowledge based.
Mhm.
Good thing. Good thing I did. It was a natural 1. 11.
Nat 1. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's an
Okay,
it's an
11.
11. Thanks to
Okay.
Van, thank God.
So most people know Hugo Armand even as a cultural icon, a kind of a sort of one of those characters that you could interpret. Yeah, you could interpret them as a hero, you could interpret them as a villain, depending on your viewpoint. They're very much like, they're very cool. They're kind of like all of the up and coming gangsters want to be them. Even lots of non-gangsters want to be them and try and sort of legitimize their actions with. I mean, they probably did it for a good reason. Come on, it's Hugo Armand. But you do also know that even though he's a pulp figure, he's been serialized a lot, there's a difference between the legend and the reality. And you know that he is genuinely someone who has done a lot of nasty stuff.
I probably learned
again,
this in detective college. I probably learned stories of him in detective college.
Yeah, and I think a lot of what you will learn is kind of, okay, here's what the media says, here's what the stories say, here's what the actual truth is. But he's also very careful. It's purely professional. There's never been an example of him acting out of spite or passion. It's always been very cold. Okay, I've got a contract to do this. I'm going to take this person out. So, and that's probably in your detective class opens up debate as to, if you're convicting someone, do you convict the hired assassin or do you convict the person who hired them? Who's the main perpetrator?
Isaac believes both to a degree.
Yeah, he's very good at what he does, and he's very discreet.
So we got to learn the location of this guy. Could I attempt to acquire information on him? On his location?
Don't we know where the Coriolis, what was it?
I know
group?
Coriolis Club.
Club,
but
yeah.
I guess we could search there first, and if he isn't there, I could attempt to acquire information to try and find him. We could look there first. Let's go to the Coriolis Club first.
All right. Then yeah, we're going there. Be ready for anything. Like, these are some really dangerous suits.
Don't worry, I got some tricks up my sleeve.
All right, so we're going, right? We know where it is.
Yep.
Right?
I believe we do.
Wait, I think he's frozen. Oh no. No, GM.
Oh, no.
I was wondering why he wasn't saying anything like so. Okay, we're going. Huh?
Nick.
I think he might have some problems with the internet.
Oh,
let's hope he fixed it. He fixes this.
Well, in this moment, what did I miss where I had to go reload?
Oh yeah, you missed that I threatened to kill you if you tell anybody that Babs told us the stuff. So, what's the last thing you heard?
Y'all started to talk to Babs. That was the last thing I heard, and I came out of it, and they were talking about the assassin guy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she told us about the assassin guy, and then she was like, dude, nobody can know that I told you this. And don't worry, you can trust me. If any of these guys, pointing towards you two, tries to tell somebody, I will kill them before they do that. Well, you gotta know, right? You gotta act tough in front of the gangsters. I think both of you know that it's less of a real meant threat towards you and more about showing Babs that she can really trust us and that I will handle things. And Nick, he wrote something in the chat, I think. Did he? Oh, I have
no.
to. No, that was you. Sorry. Okay. Buying time.
So these are the new dice I got. No.
So we're going to the club, right? Just enjoying the pizza on the way. Please come back, Dick. I'm sure there's like it's not his fault, but like
I was like literally going, oh, what's the smart thing to do when it started? I'm like, yeah, I need to go check my sheet. These +1s aren't helping.
He's no longer in roll 20. Whatever it is, it's probably hit his whole system. In the sense of either his computer crashed or his internet is gone. Or maybe he's just restarting in hopes of connecting. Wait, he wrote me something. Sorry, just reconnecting now. Okay. It sounds like he's on the way back. Thankfully.
I don't know. I was in a way hoping that would have been a miniature little battle going on. That's why I was like, all right, let's see what's all about to happen. I'm gonna make sure I can use magic with not getting caught.
Yeah, but I don't think Babs would have stood a chance, and she knows that. I could have taken her in a duel. Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I'm Tom. I can't take anybody in a duel. I mean, oh wait, no. Sorry, Tom. See, that's definitely not his inflated ego about his own muscles.
Oh man.
No, I kind of, when making it, was thinking about the fact that both of y'all are going to be more combative. So being able to debuff the enemy and buff y'all slightly seemed like the best route to go.
Yeah. Don't worry, I do have a plan if we should get into trouble. I have a specific opener, depending on how many enemies there are. And I made sure that I will go first. Okay, technically there is no 100% chance, but let's just say...
I mean, technically there's 100% chance with your choice of ambusher or first to act.
Yeah, but I only have quick to act, +7, so I 36 initiative.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah. Let's just say it's unlikely that something goes first, other than me.
No, I think I've got like 23. So
I got 28.
I'm not yet gonna tell what exactly my plan is, since we're live.
No, there's
I don't want to surprise the people who are watching.
There's Nick.
But yeah, I spent way more narrative momentum than I would have liked.
Those natural ones were killer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nick. There's Nick.
Huh? Oh, Nick.
There's Nick.
Sorry, didn't you see you there? In the waiting room. Yeah. Sorry. Too many things to keep track of. I think he's still loading in. Nick?
I still think it's funny how long we went not realizing he wasn't just being like perfectly still.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems problematic. Nick.
I think Discord's being Discord again.
Okay. Is there anything on my side that could... No? Man, come on. I want to play. I want to beat somebody up. Maybe that octopus. I don't know.
Try flip-flopping voice channels, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I generally do it.
Nick?
Nah. I mean, Nick should probably try that.
Oh, mine popped on instantly, and I'm famous for having bad internet out here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. It'll work. Ah. No.
Yeah, that's like the worst person to have this problem, right? Like, we can live without a player for a few minutes, but no GM,
That'll kill it.
Wait, I think he's on his cell phone now.
What?
Hi?
Hi.
Hey.
How bad is it?
Let's see. I mean, it's set my laptop playing as internet, but it does nothing seem.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I guess we'll continue with the cell phone. Frickin' Discord.
Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Okay, so we were going to the club.
Yep, that's right, and I'll say that you can go straight there unless there's anything that you want to do on the way.
I don't think so, right?
I guess on the way, I'd like to pick up a cup of coffee. Like a stimulant. That's a cup of coffee.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, cup of coffee. Buy a stimulant on the way.
Then,
Just in case I need a little more juice.
Then I guess if we are going to stop at a coffee place anyway, I get myself a nice little sandwich or something similar to get myself a bit of temporary vitality. I presume since we're like in a rather low-class area that we only get some modest food, right?
Yeah, that's right. Although if you wanted to get something stronger than coffee, you could also probably get that at the right price.
It's okay. I'll just take like a stimulant coffee. D0 is about all I can afford.
Okay, so yeah, and I mean, as an ex-gangster, I also know how it is to just eat something modest, so I'll buy myself a modest meal for 2 credits and get 1 temporary vitality. It's not much, but it's honest work.
Alright, great. So, roll 20 is working, so we might be able to have you all see the club afterwards, after all.
Good.
So, but yeah, I'll say that, yeah, unless there's anything else you want to do beyond the coffee, beyond getting a little something to eat, then yeah, you can arrive at the club. Anything else we want to do, or are we ready for this?
I think we're good to go.
And he's gone again. No!
Dang nabbits!
We could have gotten the coffee without... Man!
Man.
And I'm getting hungry in real life. I want that sandwich. I mean, probably not, because whatever they're selling down there is probably pretty nasty for us. But maybe I just get a little bit... I can still hear you. I'll be right back. Oh, Nick is in the waiting room. You here?
You good, Nick?
Okay, back. So I'll keep my my camera off because I think that might have gotten in the way. All right, so yeah, you arrive at the club, and Tom, it is pretty much as you remember it. You've got sort of almost like kelp curtains on either side. It's got a kind of classic but instead of red silk, it's green kelp, and there's kind of a sort of carpeted stairway that goes up to the front. I say it's as you remembered it, but it does. But when you kind of look through the sort of fancy gateway, it does look a little beat up inside.
As
Beat up.
in, it was attacked recently, or as in it wasn't taken care of correctly?
It. I'll tell you what. Make a perception roll, I think.
All right. That's a 11.
11. Okay, yeah. It looks like not necessarily being attacked, but it definitely looks like there's been some sort of ruckus on the inside. And actually, with that, you can hear that there are some voices kind of towards the back. They're a bit muffled because it being the kind of establishment it is. There's a lot of soundproofing, but you can kind of hear some sort of shouting from kind of further back. You can't quite make out what they're saying though.
I get ready into a combat position, like drawing my anchor, and I'm moving in from swimming from cover to cover, and looking before I swim deeper in to see what happens.
Okay.
Just kind of gonna stay in the back because I'm squishy. What do you want from me?
I'm going to attempt to actually use a stealth check to kind of be in a position where I'm not noticed before I actually start engaging if something happens.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Make me a stealth roll, please.
6 plus 4, 10.
10. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll say you're able to get in there just fine without being seen. You will notice. I'll tell you what. Are you going in kind of? Are you trying to get in before Tom, or are you kind of?
I'll probably use like him entering as kind of a way of a distraction, like people notice the big guy coming in and not the small sea turtle.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, Tom, we'll go to you then. So you're going from cover to cover.
Are we supposed to be seeing a map?
Yes. Ideally, yes. I'm working on that.
Just wanted to make sure.
So yeah, as you go in, you will kind of see an area that is usually sort of quite well lit. In kind of darkness, you'll see that there's a bar where a lot of the bottles have been smashed, and you can still see debris kind of sort of floating around, along with various kind of drinks as well. The foyer area that you're in appears to be deserted, but you can hear more clearly now that there are voices coming from the next room, the kind of dance hall, the cabaret lounge. If you want, you can charge right in there and see what's going on, or you can.
Sorry, but I'm still just seeing white. Am I the only one?
Yeah,
No.
Sam.
No, it's.
Have you moved the player banner to the new map?
Oh, that's not the issue. I'm still just struggling with.
Yeah. There we go.
It has worked. Oh, yeah. So you will be in the kind of middle left area, and the cabaret lounge is the kind of the sort of bottom right area. So you may be able to see that there are a couple of figures there.
Yes. I see some tokens.
Color coding, because there aren't many kind of subaquatic tokens in Roll20. The kind of red wormy thing the red wormy things are lobsters, and the blue things are barracudas.
I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So, and they're fighting each other, or what was the situation? Sorry, I was distracted.
No, that's so they're kind of they're having a heated argument amongst themselves, just going, I'm really not comfortable doing this. Like I've heard what he can do. It's one of the lobsters talking. In fact, it's the two lobsters talking to each other. The kind of barracudas are kind of just slinking towards the side. It's like, come on, gross them. grow a spine. He's just another octopus, just like any of the others. Snips just the same.
And the question is, should we just watch, or should we try to quietly follow?
They're going to carry on talking. So, well, you know what? He seems to be barricaded in there pretty firmly. So you might get your wish after all, you coward. Like, come on, don't call me that. I mean, I'll do it. A job's a job. But you can't tell me you're not at least a little bit scared. You've heard the stories. That's all they are, stories.
Okay, I think I heard enough. Unless somebody wants to stop me.
Isaac will just quietly say, "Wait," but he's too late. He's too late. He's too quiet. He's too quiet and subtle.
So I just approached the lobsters, putting my weapon away, so it's not just full on combat mode. Just yeah, I am swinging towards them and appearing next to them and saying, "So, who are you talking about?"
They're gonna. I'd tell you what, give me a menace roll, because I think just your very presence is enough to warrant that.
One scary boy.
Yep.
Did it just trigger a fight?
What'd you get?
Huh? Oh, sorry. You meant I should roll something.
Menace.
A menace. Okay. That's
Pretty good.
yeah, 11.
Okay. Yeah, they're going to. But they were having a kind of heated argument. So, yeah, they go, "Oh, cripes, where did this big guy come from?"
From over there. And he points towards the entrance. So,
That was subtle.
are you talking about, I think who you're talking about? You know, and he just point up 8 fingers, you know, kind of like tentacles.
All right, they're going to look between each other, and then the barracuda in the corner is going to go, "Don't tell them nothing," and they're going to slink out the shadows and look at you and goes, "This doesn't concern you now. Be sensible about this and clear off, all right? We're in the middle of something."
I heard about somebody being barricaded, so if you don't mind, I'll look behind the barricade myself if you point me in that correct direction. He just doesn't show any forms of being intimidated or anything.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what, mate. I don't know if this is quite the right thing, but I feel like a street smarts, because I'm kind of, yeah.
So if I can read the room or something, 11.
Basically. 11. Okay. All right. Yeah, they're gonna go. They kind of look towards each other, and then you hear a voice from the back, and it's, go on then. If newbie wants to give it a go, let him. And you will see a merman kind of swim sort of your way. They are carrying a trident, and you can see they've got kind of pouches with kind of some sort of ammunition in them. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna get rid of this guy. Yeah, so he's gonna go. All right, so we're at a bit of an impasse here. Don't suppose you fancy your chances with the great assassin Hugo Armand, do you?
Funny thing, I'm looking for him myself. Want to beat some information out of him.
Oh, you do you? You'll kind of see behind him that there is a kind of piano set that has been kind of they've obviously been kind of banging at it for ages, and it is sort of covering up the back room there. And you gestures that, well, as you can see, Mr. Armand isn't really in the talking mood at the moment. What's your interest in him?
Sorry about that, buddy, but that's top secret. It's a bit cliche, but I would have to kill you if I told you.
He's going to kind of put his hands to the side and sort of shrug as though, oh, well, I'd like to see you try. Otherwise, he's going to keep talking.
He just laughs at that. Got spunk, don't you? And he just shows him his teeth.
Well, thing is, oh no, go on.
Oh boy. Isaac is just sighing in the back corner. He's like, "Ah, oh, god damn it! You seriously got us into another fight?"
Well, anyway, once I'm done with him, you can have him. Deal?
I'll tell you what, he says, sort of doing the merman equivalent of striding up to you. Bottom line is we want Armand and that filthy bag of lard dead. No one sees him, and that's us happy. How's that sound?
Sounds like a deal, but he's actually lying. My plan is to first off, if it's possible, just take up the piano, move behind him, and put it behind him again, so that the others cannot follow him. If any of my team wants to come with me, they're happy to follow me because I could use the backup.
All right.
Then basically first talk to him, because I have the strong suspicions that somebody wants to silence him. And that there it might be something bigger going on, that he might not be the assassin that killed him. So basically go in, barricade himself with him, talk to him, find out more depending on what the situation calls for, fight or no fight.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. If you're wanting to lift the piano, that will be a raw force check.
Come on, give me something. Natural 10.
Natural 10. Okay.
That's where's my character sheet? There's my character sheet. I've got 13.
Okay.
Does my team want to follow me? Please.
Assuming they won't hurt us, presumably.
I think they'll let you through. If you can tell that some of them are kind of quaking in their boots quaking in their fins about at the chance of fighting Hugo. So yeah, they're very happy to let you do the dirty work for them.
All right. Isaac just quickly moves on through, just quickly on his feet, just kind of moving to where the piano is.
I'll follow along too.
All right, good. Otherwise, I was afraid where this would be going. Otherwise,
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd like to keep attempt to keep my stealth check since Blaze's character is so big, I could probably hide being a small turtle on the back in case,
Yeah.
I don't have much armor at all. I'm all shell.
I think that no one has noticed you while you've been there. They've been too focused on the big guy and and his squishy sidekick to kind of glean the fact that there's a third person, the turtle, on the big guy's back.
Just a piece of my armor, right?
Yeah, they might notice that there's something there, but just assume it's a bit of armor, or.
All right. So then I'll put the piano back down behind us, and I whisper to my plan. Just the right time. I was about to whisper to the both of you. So let's try to talk to him first. Maybe he knows something.
Isaac just nods and is like, I'll leave the talking to you guys. I'm too quiet.
Let's see how legendary this dude really is.
All right. Can all of you make a perception check, please?
Oh, son of a... All right.
6 in total.
9.
I've got... is that a 7 or a 5? Sorry, the 3D dice is looking wonky. It's a 7, so I've got a +3 on that. 10.
9, 6, and 10. All right, I'm just going to do a roll of my own. Okay, so who rolled the 6?
Me.
Okay, so Tom, Isaac, you see. Well, first of all, as you move in here, it is very dark. Like the lights have been broken. You can see there's sort of things covered up in kelp at the back. It would normally be quite a sort of classy back room, but it's just been, made into a dark den. But as you go in, Tommy and Isaac, you see something moving in the shadows, and descend towards you. And I say it's going to try and grab. It's going to try and grapple Isaac. So,
can I try to intervene, or are we talking combat rules?
we're not quite into combat yet. So yes, you can. Yeah, because you rolled high enough to be able to do that.
So I'll try to catch him. I presume raw force, or does it have to be athletics?
I think raw force, and I'm gonna have them roll another. Yeah, okay. Give me a raw force roll. You've only got.
That's a 7. Good
okay, yeah. So, you see a kind of a flurry of tentacles heading down towards Isaac, and I'm assuming you just kind of and grab them kind of just as they come down, and you see in your very hands the legendary assassin Hugo Aman that you have intercepted before they could strike, and you will see that some of their tentacles kind of wrap around your arm. You see some more kind of produce weapons, and they're gonna go. So, finally track me down, eh? All right. I knew it was come to this.
Okay, before we fight, and he's just holding him a little bit away from him. Hopefully, he probably could still attack him if he wanted to, but how about we talk first, because I think we both know that there's something going on here.
I've got nothing to say to you. I know why you're here. You want Bertrand's job, Horns, and you're trying to finish the job.
Bertrand?
Do we know that person?
Regent Bertrand is the person who hired you for this job.
Oh.
Ooh.
God. Okay. So Bertrand was the one who hired him, is what I'm getting from this.
Can I make or maybe our turtle friend wants to make an intuition check to see if he's telling the truth or just trying to get us off his trail?
I'd like to make an intuition check too, if that's not a big deal.
Yeah, great. You can do that.
I got an 11.
5.
Okay. You're not sure, Isaac. You've seen more convincing lies. You've also seen more convincing truths. But yeah, Shay, you can tell that he is being genuine. That he is telling the truth, and he is prepared to stake his life on it.
I can I read his expressions to see that he knows that he's genuine? So can I?
I can do like a little tap thing because like we've probably done this method before working together. So like I have like a 1 or 2 tap for yes or no.
Okay, so then I talk to the legendary octopus, Hugo. So here's the deal. I'm gonna let you go, and we're not gonna kill each other just now, alright?
Seriously? We're gonna let him go?
No, like, I mean in the sense of I'm still holding him. Like, it's a gesture of goodwill.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you can still stop me. I haven't let him go. I'm just saying, okay,
Okay.
I'm going to let you go, and you're not going to do anything stupid. That's what I'm telling you right now.
Okay, that's what you mean. Got it. I'm not gonna do anything. It's fine, so long as he doesn't try to run.
Okay, yeah, I think. Are you letting him go?
I'm waiting to him to say okay or yes or anything.
He's going to kind of move his daggers back and kind of just give you a nod.
And I let him go.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as he's released, he's going to kind of move back, kind of up against the walls, kind of looking like he could attack if he wanted to, but he's just kind of surveying you.
So Bertrand hired you?
Well, I mean, he tried to.
Tried to? What do you mean?
He's looking between you, and he kind of seems to kind of nod himself, so like, okay, all right, here's what happened. It doesn't. Maybe you are here to kill me to finish the job, but I think you'd have gone differently about this if you had. Bertrand invited me to the palace the other night. Said he had a proposition to discuss. Him and one of the crab folks were there. They said it was all very formal, very polite. They said that they knew that I took on any contract, and I said so far yes. They asked me if that included regicide. Now,
I would like to record this information using store information.
All right.
I would like to record this. This is very important stuff. I want to record it so we have actual proof.
Yeah, do it. Do you need some help for that? Or is
Nope,
something...
it just works. I can record anything I want within range for the next 10 minutes. And I can store it in any object. I'd say I probably have like some sort of tape recorder of some kinds.
Yeah.
It only costs one willpower, so it's nice and cheap.
So.
All right. I will say, for the record, seeing what you're doing, that there are certain limits to what I will and won't do. Killing a beloved monarch is one of those. I expected that there would be consequences to refusing, and at the time it seemed like he was fine to let me go. I promised I wouldn't share client secrets, but I assumed he'd come after me. It was then I suspected something was foul. I went up the palace walls and I heard a commotion. It was then that I realized that one of my custom new daggers had been taken during the meeting. I looked in through the chamber.
Isaac
and
pulls out the dagger. This one?
Yes, that's the one. And I saw that used again that night. I saw Bertrand and his chief guard attacking the king. I knew I had to do something. I I leapt in. I disabled them with my ink, and I grabbed the ailing king and took him from that place. Since then, those goons, they've been telling me I've been a fool. I should have taken the job and that we'd be all set for life. But I refused. Even I have to have a code to live by. Ever since then, they've been trying to break down the door, get to me and finish the job they said I wasn't man enough to finish myself.
You did the right thing. And I really appreciate that. Hugo. Thank you. I wish it could have been. I wish it's easier to get you out of this place. Is there a window in the back? Or anything of that sort?
No, I'm afraid not. It collapsed when we... the back way collapsed when we entered here.
We've got an exit, and he just cracks his knuckles.
That's perfect. Yeah, bust down that back. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Hugo, we're gonna set you free, boss. He passes the dagger back to Hugo, and it's just like, this is yours. You should have it.
He's gonna slowly reach out, wrap his tentacle around the hilt, and greatly accept. It's appreciated.
So now the question is, do we kill them or do we just try to escape?
Let's just get the heck out. Isaac is not a fighting man.
Before you go, Hugo's going to go, and one more thing. And he's going to use his tentacles to kind of pull over a kelp blanket, and you will see the not quite dead, but barely alive form of King Jethro.
He's alive?
What?
Yes.
Are you telling me you kept him alive?
Yes, somehow it's not usually my roundhouse, but I did what I could.
Isaac is quickly gonna run up to this guy. He's gonna look him all around, and I want to perform a medicine check. I want to make sure he's okay. I want to see if I can't make sure he's stable and everything.
Yeah. Okay, great. Do it.
Medicine. I'm gonna reroll that. This is important to me. 7.
7. Okay. With a 7, I say, well, you'll be able to see that he has been sort of patched up. He is missing a tentacle that has just started to grow back. There's kind of spatches of kind of dried blue blood, and he is sort of breathing just about, but not very comfortably. You are able to patch up some more of the wounds, and some more of the bleeding, and you see that after a while he does gain a bit of strength back. And what did you roll again? What was the exact number?
7.
7. I will say that he will go from having 1 vitality to 4 vitality.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he's sort of coming to now. He kind of flinches back at first and goes, "Oh, Aman, who is this?"
My liege?
They're here to help.
Okay, getting him out makes this more complicated. Sure, don't just kill all of them.
I'd say we should bust out the back and try to slip off.
Can I treat him, since he's not mobile, as an object for move object?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, move target. Yes, you can move any creature with that. And if they can choose to fail the defense roll automatically, so yes, which the king probably will do for you, so you can move it no problem.
He is big plus though.
Oh, that might be too big.
That complicates things a bit. Oh God. So
They want.
you mentioned the back was busted, right?
Yes, it's caved in. We it was the king's idea. He knew that he wouldn't be able to get much further, so we decided to hunker down here. And I think he made the right call. If we'd have gone out into the streets, yeah, we would have been hunted down in no time.
Come on, let's just kill them all. How tough can they be?
They're now hammering on the piano, going, "Hey, what's the holdup? Everyone dead yet?"
Listen, we can't kill these people. I have standards. I don't try to kill people. But
How about
there-
how about just taking the piano and smashing it on top of them until they stop moving?
this is much better. Can you bust through the back? Is the back
How does it
through?
look? Does it look like I have any chance to break through that?
Yeah. Since you've moved it, it's looking more fragile now. And in fact, you can hear kind of clunk, clunk, clunk
No,
on
no,
the side.
I mean not the piano. I mean the back door, or that's collapsed.
Perhaps there's a lot of boulders there. It's mostly from the sort of the ceiling kind of caving in.
I'm gonna drink my coffee right now.
Isaac's super strength.
What if we add armor erosion against the wall? Is that a possibility?
Yes, that should be a possibility.
That could
should
work. That
Yeah,
work.
that could.
And Isaac will cheer him on with bless skill +2. Let's freaking go.
Okay, then I guess I'm trying to bust through it with raw force. Whew. So should I roll?
Yeah.
Wait.
Blessed skill, how high?
+2.
Okay, let's do
+2
this.
blessed skill.
2.
Come on,
plus
you can
4
do this.
plus
Narrative
8.
momentum. Narrative momentum.
Are you using your narrative momentum or me to-
Yes, I don't care.
Okay. Okay, that's better. That's 10, 12.
Okay, 12. Okay, yes. So that will be. So remind me, you cast acid on the back, and now you're trying to smash through the weakened wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you. So at start, it doesn't seem like so much is happening, but eventually the part of the wall starts to break away. The acid really taking effect as it kind of starts to crumble, and you see a little bit of neon light come through the back. The wall is partially broken down now. You can. Some of the smaller members of the party could squeeze through the gap, but it's not yet big enough for the king to get through. You'll also hear a significant smashing sound and the sound of piano keys contorted as a hole opens in it, and you can see the merman going, "Here we come!"
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hugo, buy me some time, please. As I try to smash through it again.
All right, cool. He is going to bow and go. It's been an honor, and he is going to draw out all 4 of his.
And
all
I
his
grab.
daggers.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and do something first. I'd like to.
Okay.
They opened a hole, right? And there's a bunch of them clumped in there, right?
Yes.
I would like to throw a sticky grenade through that hole.
Oh.
And I would like to make it a +4, and I'd like it to make it a 4-meter cube. Thank you very much. So that'll grab all of these goobers. They gotta make instinct DRs versus 13.
Okay. Right. Ooh.
If they
Wow.
fail, they're grabbed.
I'm not liking their chances. Let's have. So. Alright, let's go for the gangster merman first. So, what did you say it was, the check?
Or DR versus Instinct DR versus 13.
Instinct DR versus 13. Okay. All right. Yep, the merman is stuck.
Nice.
The barracuda is very stuck. And the mobster lobsters are also stuck.
Yes! We love it here. They can attempt to break out with a athletics, raw force, or nimbleness check versus 5.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I'll say that buys you some time. So,
I'll try to
so
break
yeah, you
through it
rolls if
again,
you want.
alright?
Great.
Come on, natural one.
Oh
From-
no!
Throw more narrow momentum at him!
Okay.
Give him more energy!
Okay, I'll use your narrative momentum because I really do not want to spend my very last until it's an absolute emergency.
I only have 2. I need 1 from someone. I need some help from us.
Okay,
from
if you
Eternal.
only have 2 left, turtle guy, sorry,
What's your...
Shia,
Eternal.
can you give me 3 narrative momentum?
Sure.
Alright, then the 8 counts, so that's plus 6, 14.
14. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, so I imagine that the kind of first one sort of glances, and then you kind of go, "Okay, come on, Tom, this is the real thing now. We got to do this." And you just kind of smash through a key bit of ballast, and the rest of the wall falls away. You have now opened a nice big passage, big enough for all of you to get through.
Okay, somebody help me with the key. Yes, I just tried to lift up the key, hoping that some people help me with that.
Isaac will attempt to pick up the king using his limited but still normal strength. He's not the strongest, but he's got like a 10. He's okay. It's a bit heavy.
So,
Yeah, I think I'm legitimately the weakest one here and can't help.
You could probably help with like a little bit psionic energy for move target, maybe?
come on, GM, allow it. That he at least can help me make the check easier, right?
Yeah, I think you can at least help, and even if it's just a tentacle, it's helping the overall effort.
Alright, then I make a raw force check with advantage, right?
That is right.
Okay, natural 10!
Yes!
Go
Okay.
team!
Just what
Yeah.
the doctor ordered.
Yeah, would you describe your character as patriotic, do you think?
Mine? Not really. He's more of a I'll do what I have to survive the kind of guy.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So bringing that and realizing that if you don't get moving, you're all going to be in serious trouble. You manage to hoist the king up with the others, kind of helping share the weight, and you are able to move out into the alley, where you see a familiar figure, sort of slowly clapping. Suckers kind of coming together and kind of going at the end of the claps. It is Prince Regent Bertrand, and he is accompanied by Chief Cloth, the the bearded guy, the guy with the crab with the amazing moustache, and they and he just goes, "Yes, very well done, very well done. You know, I really should have suspected my brother would hide out in a place like this, but just to be sure, I thought it was a good idea to get a bunch of reprobates like you to show me the way. Now we can finish this properly, can't we, dear brother?"
Okay, I think Tom, unless the rest of my team really doesn't want to, just goes into combat mode immediately, dropping the king and just rushing in.
Yeah, okay. Initiative time.
I think I'll go first with my 36 initiative.
36, wow, yeah, okay. Let's
I got
Okay.
28.
I believe mine was 23, so probably last.
Okay. 23, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the worst
Okay.
I've seen. I've seen worse.
So, what size category are we talking about when it comes to the two of them?
Okay, so Clorf is medium and Bertrand is big.
Okay, then I'll think. No, I'll still go with extra hit chance just in case. So now, for what I've been waiting for the whole game. First of all, I'm using a rush attack to move right between them. How far away are they?
So they're within 10 meters of you.
10 meters, just enough. With my basic movement and my rush attack, I move 9 meters towards them. My weapon has 2 meter range, so that's just enough to hit them. But I'm not done yet. I grab my anchor and start swirling around. Using my
Roll
whirlwind attack, upcast it, plus 2 on attack rolls for it. As I swing my mighty weapon. Come on, give me something good. That's a 15 plus 4, 19 plus 2, 22.
Oh! Wow, okay, so and who are you attacking? Bertrand or Clorf?
Both of them.
Because
That's
Roland
the nice
attack
thing about
is-
whirlwind attack. I'm attacking everything within 2 meters of me.
Roland attack is a cheater who cheats.
Yeah, okay then. Alright, so that is
That's a hit for both of them, right?
definitely a hit, yes.
All right, then I'll roll the damage. That's 12. I don't even need to
Max
use two-handed
damage.
attacker. Nice, going all out. So that's 12 plus 4 from the normal weapon, so that's 16. Plus 3 from my rush attack. So
Oh.
that's 19 damage to both of them.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Like I said, I've been waiting for this the entire game.
You've been waiting all day for this.
That becomes 14 on Bertrand because of his 5 armor. And let's see, that becomes 19. That becomes 17. So yeah, they're both still in it, but you can tell that they were not expecting that. I mean, they kind of should have been, so looking at you, but I think even knowing you'd be trouble, it was like, ow. We were still monologuing.
Enough monologuing. Let's show you. If you want to earn the crown, do it with your own super strength. Pathetic ones.
Alright, so Bertrand and Isaac have the same initiative. What do we do in this situation? It's opposing.
Bertha, usually the GM decides what I do. If it's 2 players, I let the players decide. If it's a player and an enemy, I let the player go first. But you technically, as a GM, can decide otherwise. You have the full authority to rearrange it how you want.
Okay, I'm thinking because Bertrand has just been attacked, he is going to want to do something about that. Alright, so he is going to use let's see. Can't do that one. Okay, he's going to use Dirty Sweep on you. So, and he's going to try and use that to grab. So, you can do it against multiple targets, but you're the only one within range.
Yeah.
So, yeah. he's
You
gonna
could
attempt to-
also just take a simple grab action. You would not
Yeah.
have to spend willpower.
Yeah, you can just
Okay,
just
that's
go
true.
for a regular grab.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's do a grab.
All right.
And you still have the +2 from Blessed Skill. You
Oh
still get the +2.
yeah! Thank you for the reminder. So let's see what I've got. I've got 7 plus 4. That's 11 plus 2. That's 13. I want to see
lot.
him. Wait, he's bigger than me, ain't he? He has advantage on his check.
Yeah, but got a good roll.
Yeah.
That might help. Good advantage, but
All right. He's got a 12 for his attack roll.
Wait, attack
Oh.
roll? For a grab attempt, he needs to do athletics or raw force check.
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, so he's going to do...
does get advantage because he's bigger.
Yeah.
Going to be a 10. Unnatural 10.
Okay, I cannot beat that.
Yeah.
You got 13.
Yeah, but if he has a natural 10, that has priority.
That's
If he
unnatural
has at least 3 in his grab capabilities.
It's unnatural 10, from what I heard.
6 plus 4, unnatural 10.
It's a 6. Yeah.
Unnatural.
13 will...
So unnatural
certainly
10. Okay. So
Also,
if it's unnatural, then yeah, with 13 I succeed. So just flexing my muscles so hard that he has to let go of it.
That is a power move. Just grabs you with his tentacles and you just burst out just by flexing your muscles. That is amazing. All right, and
I
let's...
can do this all day, punk.
Let's see. He's going to grimace at you, and he is going to... he is going to... He's going to try and throw you instead. Wait, no, he has to grab you. I think he's just going to... He's just going to try and shove you.
Okay.
So, with a shove, is that an attack? And then, if it's successful, it goes on to the shove?
Yes, same as check as before.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So, and I rolled a natural one, but I mean, it's just a shove, right? Boo-hoo, you moved
It's a
me
shove.
1 meter.
that's not a big deal. It's not too bad.
Even if you push me into something, I still have 2 armor. I would just absorb the damage.
Okay. Alright, yeah, just the kind of... just annoyed at you, really. He's going to prepare something else for his next attack. Alright, so it is now Isaac.
How about we get these two to hold still a bit? Let's throw a sticky grenade into the bunch of them.
Alright.
Oh yeah, now that I'm 3 meters away, thanks to your push, I'm safe from the sticky grenade.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Oh,
The
so I
shove
shouldn't-
mattered. Yeah, let's get them both. Doc, again, Instinct DR versus 13.
Okay, Instinct the Argus 13. That has gotten Bertrand, and that has gotten Corf as well.
Yeah!
Nice.
I love my sticky grenades, baby. So good. They're
Yeah, cool.
grabbed. They can attempt to escape with athletics, raw force, or nimbleness versus 5.
Okay.
And I'd kind of like to. Is there any cover nearby I can use with our king?
Yeah, there is. So basically, there's debris all over the place, and there's some kind of medium to big piles around you could use.
I'm gonna try and pull, using my limited strength, the king and myself into cover.
All right. Cool.
So I'm basically taking cover. That's the action.
Okay. All right, Sheer, you're next.
I want to use evasion capper and increase its target by 1 by increasing WP cost to hit both of them.
Ooh, evasion capper. All right,
Nice.
that'll help. Sure. Oh, hexes. I love hexes. Love casting spells.
So, if I'm right in saying that just takes effect without needing to roll?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it just
usually
works.
How much
It
does
just
it reduce it? Minus 4,
Four.
right?
Yeah, it's
Let me
minus
look
4. -4. Evasion capper is
Yep.
crazy.
for 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice, thank you.
And it just works. That's so good. I love evasion capper.
does it work for anyone trying to make the attack, or just you?
Anyone. It works for everyone. It just lowers evasion in general.
Yeah.
And are you doing that on a particular target, or can you target both?
No,
of them?
he upcast it and target both. So
Yep. He hit both.
Okay.
That's gonna be a problem.
you did not expect us all to use things that can hit both of them at the same time, did you?
Well,
Fortunately-
No, go for it.
Fortunately, sticky grenade is pretty much my one real combat trick.
Okay, great. Are you going to do anything else with your move?
No.
Oh, cool. That's pretty good use of your move. All right, it is Captain Cloth's turn now. So yeah, he needs to roll to get free of the sticky grenade.
Yeah.
And
He can attempt to escape. How much does it cost to attempt to escape a grab?
3 action points, or if you think this battle has been too one-sided, you can use a cinematic burst with him to try to get out and do something at the same time.
needs to do something. Let's see. Okay, how much narrative momentum is a cinematic burst?
6.
6. It's very expensive.
You know what? Go big or go home. He is going to sort of, just move his claws kind of across his body like that, kind of, just cutting down. He's got. You notice that despite having pincers, he also has a couple of blades in his hand, a couple of rapiers even, and you kind of notice that he just kind of goes swing across himself. Nothing happens for a while, and then suddenly the goo just sort of falls from him as he stands free. How many action points does that use up then?
3 action points, but if you're using a cinematic burst, you can also combine it with something else, not just get out, but also...
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you make one skill roll, for example, like getting out and then using maybe his rapiers to attack me or something.
Yeah.
I
think
guess that
he-
would be a quick fingers check if he's using rapiers.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think he's going to do that. You're clearly trouble, and he is going to just burst through and go, "How about you?" And he's just going to kind of lunge towards you. So yeah, nimbleness roll. You said.
Quick
Okay.
fingers.
Quick fingers or nimbleness.
I guess you could also argue for nimbleness, but I think it's more quick fingers.
Yeah.
All right. That is 6.
6. Yeah. I mean, you decide the limit. If you want help, the GM guide has part 2 cinematic actions, but I would say with such a low roll, he still deals half damage, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds fair.
So that would
Okay.
be 2d10 damage that I get.
Okay. Yeah.
And he does break free to grab.
Yeah.
Nah. That's unfortunate.
I can take 2d10 damage.
Yeah. We'll see how much
All
damage
right.
it is.
Take 5 damage.
Oh, that's it? Oh, that's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks to
Baby.
my armor, that's only 3 damage.
That's
Oh!
baby. That's baby. I'm not worried about that. That's not a problem.
I just like,
Just
as he's attacking me, I just give him a headbutt before he can really strike me down, and so, is that all you get? Pathetic, and you think you've got the right to rule this country? Weakling.
Just what I expect from reprobates like you. No sense of honor. Well, then the gloves are off, sir.
It's
And
my
you will
turn
literally
again,
float.
isn't it?
Yep, that's right, top of the round.
You want honor? I move 3 meters back, just to make another rush attack. And thanks to the evasion kappa, I think I'm gonna risk it. Physical strike on top of the attack that I'm making.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I'm not gonna upcast it. I don't want to spend all of my energy just yet. So come on, give me something good. That's 10 plus 4, 14.
14. Okay, so that. Yep, that hits.
Alright, time for the damage. That's 2, but I've got 200 attackers, so I can roll twice, and I got another 2. Great.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But that's 6, but I got 2d6 for. Wait. No, I don't. 2d8, sorry. 2d8 for physical strike, and that's 9 on top of that, so that's 15 damage. Bomb.
Damage. Oh, he dead. Smashed into bits. Yeah. So he has this sort of dramatic display. I imagine he's got literal gloves on his pincers, which he just casts aside and goes, "Oh, all right, rapscallion, face me one-on-one." And your hammer just goes down on top of him, just absolutely obliterates him.
Take your bloody honor to the grave.
Isaac just sees this and is like, oh god, what am I doing here? I never studied for this.
That's why you hired me, boss.
Yeah, I sure did. I'm happy I did. In retrospect.
All right, so Bertrand is going to see that and go, Cloth, no! He was the best of us. You'll pay for that, and he is going to launch.
He's stuck too.
Oh yeah, he is stuck, isn't he?
Cinematic burst.
Yep, cinematic burst. You know, he is going to. I'm imagining this as kind of like Ursula from The Little Mermaid when she goes huge and she just like emerges from the ocean. So just cries out in rage and just tentacles kind of poof everywhere. Just the glue just kind of spreads across the battlefield.
And he probably hit me if he rolls good enough, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I imagine he's just thrashing out at anything nearby, which is you.
I guess that's raw force, isn't it?
Of course, yeah, I believe so. Okay. Ooh, that is 11, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Okay, that's 4d10 damage. That might actually hurt.
Yeah, okay.
So how much damage is it?
Oh my. 33. That was really unlucky rolling.
33. Okay.
I'm going to cast Barrier. I'm going to yell out, look out!
And I'm gonna use resist on top of that.
Full upcast Barrier. I'm not letting you die on my charge.
Full upcast resist. So that's minus 16 damage on my part. Plus my
Minus
armor.
12 for
That's
me.
18. Barrier. How much barrier armor do
Minus
I get?
12.
12.
Minus 12.
So that's 18, 12, 30. 30
That's not too
damage
bad.
reduction
That's
total.
Okay.
Survival.
So that was a 39 or how much?
33, I believe.
33. So I only get 3 damage. Oh yeah, I see that combo. Like you kind of just giving my hands like a bit, increasing the size with magical barriers, and I just grabbing the tentacle.
No, it's mainly just him cheering you on. It's not magic. It's just him cheering you on. He's just that
okay.
good.
So you're cheering me on. So.
He's built different. He's got some natural charisma in there somewhere.
Just flexing the muscles, almost tearing them, and pushing it back. Still tired from the attack, but that's a 3 damage.
Wow. Wow, yeah, great job. Oh, but yeah, he's angry now. If he wasn't.
Guys, I'm kind of drained here. I only have 3 willpower left.
I'm exactly doing great myself. I've had better days.
All right. Isaac, it is your go now.
Let's go ahead. Isaac will pull out his pistol and he's like, I swore I'd never do this. And he's gonna aim it right at the prince. Sorry, Princey. I can't let you do this. And as you just hear a shot ring out for the air, 16 to hit.
Ooh, let's see. That will do it. That will do it.
That'll hit. He's not very good at using his pistol, but
Okay. It's a big target.
damage, 11.
11? Oh, yeah, he felt that. Yeah, you can kind of see his massive bolt kind of recoils backwards, and then he kind of turns. There's a kind of, yeah, there's a bloody hole kind of oozing sort of turquoisey blood, and going, you dare shed royal blood? Who do you think you are?
I've had enough of these lies. I stand for the truth. And he's gonna take cover again with the king as well.
Right.
He's gonna keep his cover.
All right. That's you. Shay, it's your go now.
All right. I'm going to cast fear on the remaining enemy. And it says they have to make a will DR. On a failure, they are frightened of me.
Well, DR.
You would think that after this whole show they would be frightened of me and not the turtle. But, yeah.
I mean,
The
if it
quiet
works,
one-
I'm just going forward like, I'm running at him.
Should be versus 13, I believe.
Yeah.
Unless there's any
Yeah,
extraneous.
it's a 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no. Nope. He fails, so presumably he is now terrified.
He just sees
you know
this
what?
turtle, and it's just a giant sea serpent.
No, like a dragon turtle or something. Yeah.
Oh, dragon turtle? Scary. I don't want to be in front of that.
You know what I'm imagining? You know that scene in The Simpsons where when the mob come after them and they have this big fight between the mob and the Yakuza on their front lawn, and Homer's like, "Oh, come on, we got to stay. That guy hasn't done anything yet. You know, when he does, it's going to be really good." I think that's what's going on mentally.
This is why I hired Magic. I love you, man.
He just seems to look at you like you mean business and that you're about to do something. And at first he's kind of, "Okay, you've got something. Bring it on, little guy. I got this." But the longer he looks at you, he's like, "Oh, please, whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, don't I whatever unknown depths of your soul, your country, no, please." And yeah, he is just going to sort of cower backwards, just kind of quivering on the ground, just absolutely quaking in fear.
Oh yeah, that.
So is he? Does it mean he's giving up?
I'll pass that to you. I will say that you can force him to surrender at this stage if you want, or you can finish him off.
You know what? I saved up the last 3 narrative momentum.
Please spare him.
I'm not gonna kill
Isaac
him.
just gives you a look.
I'm
and is
just
like,
going to KO him in a epic way. So.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you guys in your high and mighty towers, thinking you're always better than the little guy, the scum of the streets. Well, and he tries to grab in. Let me show you what the scum of the street is capable of doing. and I just, what do? I just try to grab him, swim up with him, and then kind of turn him around and torpedo him with full speed into the ground, but in a way that just knocks him unconscious and doesn't kill him. I mean, he's
Okay.
an giant octopus. He'll be squishy enough to just get a concussion from it or something.
I feel as that happened. Sorry, go for it if you got something else.
No, that's it. So,
As that happens,
I'm sorry.
Hero is going to see this and he's going to go, Bertrand, no! And he's going to try and struggle to his tentacles, and so come on over and discover presumably that he's unconscious instead.
I still need to make a raw force check to see if my.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a 7. Oh no, I still have the +2 from.
Yeah, you
so
still got a +2.
that's
It's 9. You still got the +2.
yeah, that'll do it. You're able
Done.
to pull off this.
Yeah. Don't worry, Your Highness. He'll live. He'll bloody live.
Isaac just puts away his pistol and just begins patching up the bullet hole, feeling really bad about it.
I'll presume if the gangsters are still in the back, are they still there or?
So you might have noticed some sort of the sound of fighting and things being smashed and people crying out, and then silence. And after a while, Hugo Amand kind of emerges, a little bit of a kind of limp in a couple of tentacles, and just going, "All right,
Hugo, you're alive.
hey, yeah. Would you look at that? Well,
That grenade helps.
No.
I love my sticky grenades. They're the best.
those certainly did help, my friend. Yes, I'm not one to usually take personal contracts, but I felt this was a good exception. Your Highness, I'm so pleased to see you all alive. Oh, yes, thank you, Hugo, and thank you, all of you. I really shouldn't be. I don't know if I really should be this charitable with my brother after all he's done. But
He's your brother? Oh yeah, never mind.
Yes, he was. I never thought he'd go for that. I know he had misgivings about some of my policies, and of course he would have to, if he did want to become king, he'd have to do something about my daughters as well, as they're next in line of succession. I suppose it's hard to know what's really going on inside someone's. But I'm glad he's alive. Whatever misgivings he's had, I hope I can understand it and use it to become a better ruler.
Tom Breaks just lets its anchor fall, which bang to the ground, and he's just like, I'll take a break. He just lets himself float. His muscles aching from all the effort he exerted. Take it from here, boss.
I think we're good. Isaac just nods and is like, my liege, we should probably get you some medical attention. You're looking in a bad way.
What? Oh, yes, I am. Yes,
Can I call the ambulance? He just pulls out his phone.
Yeah, why not? You call for an ambulance, and once they, at first they kind of think you're pranking. Do you say that it's the king who needs attention?
Yeah, I just say we need help in XX location. We've got some wounded here.
So the kind of socio-economic layout of the city kind of shows itself as the ambulance takes its sweet time to get there, and then once they see it's the king, they kind of quickly get to it and sort of quickly patch him up and get him to safety. The king invites you to kind of come back to the palace after a few days of recovery, and yeah, I think we'll move into the epilogue from here. So Bertrand is imprisoned and put away for his crimes. He is kept in service, but so you kind of see him occasionally. So if you're a visitor of the palace, which you are now, you will see him sort of behind bars, just sort of doing really menial office work, kind of stamping forms and kind of putting them through. And every now and again, sort of another kind of box full of kind of new forms will kind of just fall down from the ceiling and kind of bury him underneath.
It's good work. It's good work. Someone's got to do it.
He just glares at you as he hears this. And you are led to a much fancier room where instead of being asked to stand, you are presented as guests of honor, and you have seats laid out for you and a fantastic feast. The princesses, who look a lot happier now, ask you about yourselves and sort of make small talk with you, and are just basically very happy to meet the people who saved their father from certain death. The king widely praises your skill and your commitment to work, and basically extends a royal contract to you. So you're basically paid a retainer. That means that anytime they can call on you for important issues of state, you'll have kind of
That's gotta be good. That's gotta be good for business.
Yeah. And they say that pay starts now, but take yourself a bit of a holiday after this latest case, and we'll talk next month. So you enjoy yourselves a lovely evening at the royal palace, and after that you're free to do as you will. You can come back and accept this contract, or you can move on and do your own thing. Yeah, what do you think? Let's fast forward to maybe half a year later. What do you think you're all doing by that point?
Isaac is, of course, still doing detective work. Whenever the castle needs a little help with detective work, he's always there to help out. He's taken the contract. Business has been good. There's been a lot of customers since this whole case came. He got to hire a handful of new detectives whom he's happy to call friends. And he's become a lot more charismatic since this incident. He became a lot more of a group leader after that whole incident. And using his deep wells of knowledge, the detective agency has truly thrived since that day.
All right, good times.
Eternal? But you go first.
I'd say my character probably just enjoys being there to help y'all guys. You know, like, whether it's real in his mind or not, he associates himself with being why everything's working, because all he does is buff and debuff the enemies, you know? So...
Hey, you make us look cool, right? Without you, we would not be this cool. You are very important. So, and yeah, Tom also stays with the agency. Takes the rougher parts of the jobs, you know, and always happy to use his old contacts to get information for the agency. And Barracuda Barb's info is safe. Don't worry.
All right, amazing. Thank you all so much. This has been GM's Day Off, and we've had a brilliant time playing the amazing Ishanekon World Shapers, and we've proved definitively it does work underwater as well as land.
And what a day off it was. Thank you very much, Nick. It was super fun.
So welcome. All right. Shall we go around and tell people where they can find you if they want to see more of your stuff?
Yeah, sure. If you want to find the system, the link is in the description. The whole system is 100% free. Huge choice, 140 sub-archetypes. You only got to see 3 today. And over 800 abilities, over 500 talents. It's just like there are few games that can even compete when it comes to customizability in this system. And again, 100% free. Please check it out. And just happy for anyone who wants to play my game. And anybody else wants to advertise something of their own before we go offline?
No, not really. You can just find me at Gold Zevzelian on Discord, and that's where I hang out most of the time these days. So if you want to talk games, send me a chat. I'd be happy to talk with you.
And Mystic Portal Emporium on YouTube, or you can find my link for everything to Discord and Guilded and all other platforms throughout that as well.
And your YouTube channel is also in the description below. So.
Okay.
Amazing. And I've been and still am Nick. I am the creator of Rogue Octopus Escape, which we got to play last time on the GM's Day Off. And we had that run by Cross, the creator of Vaults and Villains, the Borderlands-inspired tabletop role-playing game, which was an incredible time. If you're interested, Rogue Octopus Escapes is all about making silly octopus characters and having them escape a variety of situations. Hugo Amand and members of the royal family in this little game were actually characters originally from Rogue Octopus Escapes. So it's been a lot of fun kind of building that world. Mm-hmm. And if you want to see that in action, you can watch the last GM's Day Off, or you can go to Science and Sorcery, where I'm running it for some really cool science communicators over there.
All right. Thank you, everybody who joined, and see you around. Bye.
Bye.